All right, everyone, happy Thursday. Welcome to the 187 District Court. Today is Thursday. Let's keep it a Thursday. Let's not try to turn it into a Monday. You are in a courtroom. So wherever you may be, if you're at your office, if you're at your home, technically you are in a courtroom. They behave appropriately. If you do not behave as though you are in a courtroom, your Zoom privileges will be revoked. You will have to appear in the 187 District Court in person, and your Thursday will become a Monday because you are either going to have to get an Uber, a Lyft, ride the Via, which means you're going to have to find change, or either you're going to have to drive downtown, go through all the many of one-ways, go through all of the construction. If you find a parking space, then that parking space is going to cost a lot of money. So if you don't want to do that, these are things you must not do on Zoom. To all the inmates, you are not to use the chat box. You're not to use the internet. If you do, you will be sent back to your cell. If you are at your house, you are not to be laying in bed, cooking, doing laundry, doing chores. If you're at your place of employment, you need to find a quiet place, a stationary place. You need to tell your supervisor, whoever it is, you need to go on break because you're in the courtroom. This is also not the bachelor or the bachelorette. You are not allowed to use this Zoom in order to pick up dates. If you do that, your Zoom privileges will be suspended. I'm going to open the breakout rooms. When I open the breakout rooms, it will invite everyone to go to a breakout room. Do not, I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call you by name and assign you to a breakout room. To all of the attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement, no matter how small that agreement, you need to put it in the chat box to the court coordinator. She's listed as Ferguson coordinator, so she can get appropriate paperwork to you. If it's a motion to revoke and you have an agreement, you still need to put that agreement in the chat box to her so she can get that paperwork to you. To all of the defendants and those who are accused, your name will not be called. Your attorney's name will be called. If you do not hear your attorney's name, it is because your attorney is Zooming in another courtroom or they had to appear in person in another courtroom. Be calm, relax, keep it a Thursday. Your attorney will be here. You will get a chance to speak with your attorney. When your attorney goes to a breakout room, your attorney is going to want to speak with the prosecutor probably before they speak to you. So please do not request if you're supposed to go to the breakout room. If you're supposed to go to a breakout room, someone will call your name and ask you to go to that breakout room, or you will see on your screen where you're being requested to go to a breakout room. Attorneys, I'm going to call your name. This is the order in which you will appear. If you see your name is low on the list and you wish to Zoom to another courtroom, you're more than welcome to Zoom to another courtroom. However, if you're Zooming in another courtroom, your name is called, you will be skipped over and placed at the end of the list. Roberto Ambrosino, Gary Chirek, Laura Lefton, Leo Gonzalez, Nathaniel Navy, Matthew Allen, Rusty Geyer, Tim Molina, Woody Halstead, Luis Martinez, Christine McDonald, Valentina Kogut, Denny Callahan, Mick Aguilera, Vivian Caceres, Richard Langlois, Eric Reynolds, Mark Darling, Carl Alexander, Ron Ross, Ernest Acevedo, Miguel Nahara, Patrick Lamas, and Robert Porter. Is there any defense attorney whose name was not called?
Judge, I didn't hear you call Jim Tochi. Oh, maybe you did. I'm sorry.
That's okay. All right. To all the attorneys, when I call your name, I need to know the name of your client. I need to know if it's criminal trial division or family violence. If you would like to change your screen name to your client's name and put in there either CTD or FV for family violence, that will be very helpful. Roberto Ambrosino.
Good morning, Judge. I have Matthew Montalvo. It's criminal trial division. And I was speaking to Meredith on the case previously.
All right, and attorneys, when you go to the breakout room, think of those as doctors' offices. There are more defense attorneys than there are prosecutors. The defense attorneys have the ability to move throughout the breakout rooms. If you leave your breakout room, they're going to see that that room is empty and they're going to skip over you. So everyone put some patience in your pocket. When you go see the doctor and they call you to the back, you're not seeing the doctor right away. They're just checking your weight and blood pressure. So when you go to those breakout rooms, remember it's Thursday, put patience in your pocket and don't let blood pressure go up. All right, Roberto Ambrosino, I'm going to assign you to breakout room number 2 and a prosecutor will meet you there. Gary Chirac.
Good morning, Your Honor. Stephen Vasquez, criminal trial.
I'll send you to number 3. Norma Ferguson. It appears that Cordova from the Bexar County Jail is having trouble joining. He's been joining for a while now. I don't know if there's an issue at the jail with him. Laura Lefton.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here for Fawad Flores, and it's a family violence case.
I'll send you to number 4.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Leo Gonzalez.
Your Honor, I have Jessica Johnson's criminal trial division.
Thank you for changing your name. You've made it a beautiful Thursday.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
I'm going to send you to number 5. Nathaniel Navy.
Good morning, Judge. I have Maximus Manzello. It's criminal trial, and Judge, he was accepted into the PTD program. We just signed that and sent that over to the DA's office this morning.
All right, Norma, can I have a reset date for Maximus Mandela? It's a pretrial diversion.
Manzello with a Z.
Manzello, thank you.
The 30th, Judge.
Okay, spell your client's name.
Manzello.
All right, to the clerks, I don't have that file.
What's the name of the defendant, Judge, again?
If you look on the docket sheet, please, thank you. We'll come back on September 30th. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Bye.
All right, Matthew Allen.
Yes, Judge. Daryl Simmons, Criminal Trial Division. I had been confirmed with either Marcus or Tom.
All right, I will send you to number 6. Thank you so much for changing your name.
No problem, Judge.
Rusty Geyer.
Good morning, Judge. It's Judah Rosales. It's family violence. I talked to David the last time.
How do you spell the first name?
Juda,
Okay.
Judah.
Thank you. I'll send you to number 7.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Tim Molina. Tim Molina.
Morning, Judge.
Yes.
I have a Cavalieri. And he's family violence, and I was conferring with David Martin.
All right, I'll send you to number 8.
Thank you.
Thank you. No problem. Woody Halstead?
Morning, Judge. Catherine Butler, family violence. I've been talking with David, but I can talk with whomever.
All right, let me make sure you have your name in there, because otherwise the prosecutors will think that your client is the only person in there. I will send you to number 9. But thank you for changing your name. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome, Judge.
Luis Martinez,
Morning, Judge.
I'll send you to breakout room number 10.
That's perfect.
Thank you for changing your name.
Oh, it just seemed like the easiest thing to do.
Yes. Christine McDonald.
Good morning, Judge. I have Rodney Ferguson with family violence.
I'll send you to 11.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Valentina Kogut.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christina Montes, criminal trial, and I've been conferring with ADA Hunter Morris.
I'm sorry, what's your client's last name again?
Christina Montes.
I'll send you to number 12.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jenny Callahan.
Hi, Judge. May I address the court?
Yes.
John Bueno, Jason Jorgens, prosecutor, CTD. We have an agreement. Mr. Bueno reports new medication is making him depressed and a bit confused. I suggest that you give us 2 weeks for a plea agreement.
All right, just give me a moment and I'll come right back to you and your client. Mick Aguilera.
Good morning, Judge. I have Frank Garcia, and it's a criminal trial.
All right, I'll send you to lucky number 13.
All right.
Everyone, just give me a moment, please. All right, Mr. Callahan.
Yes, ma'am.
You and your client will be called back for September 9th for a plea.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, you and your client, Mr. John B., are excused.
Good to see you, Biden.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And everyone, just give me one moment while I find him on my docket sheet. Ah, there he is. There's that. Let me write it in the file. Here you go. All right, the next person up is Vivian Casares.
Good morning, Judge. I have Marcy Martinez on the Criminal Trial Division.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 14. Thank you for changing your name.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
Richard Langlois. Richard Langlois.
Yes, Judge. Richard Langlois here.
Yes, who do you have?
Jimmy Barrientos.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
It's trial. It's a drug case, Judge. He's undergoing medical treatment. He's going to have an autopsy. Evidently has some type of tumor in his intestines or something, and he has an appointment December 1st, I believe, or December.
An autopsy?
Excuse me, biopsy.
Oh, okay. All right, just give me one moment, Mr. Langlois. Eric Reynolds?
Just trying to log on with him.
Yes,
Eric
Judge. Good
Reynolds.
morning.
Yes.
Good morning, Judge.
Yes, who do you have?
I've got Adam Cordova, Criminal Trial Division. I've been speaking with Marcus.
I'll send you to number 15. And Mr. Langlois, just let me assign everybody, then I'll come back and address your matter. Michael Darling, Mark Darling.
Yeah, good morning, Judge. I'm here for Amanda Pequeño, and it's a criminal trial division. I'd like to talk to a prosecutor.
I'll send you to number 16. I believe that's the next breakout room.
Thank you.
Carl Alexander.
Morning, Judge. I have Mr. Randall. It's an MTR with CTD. However, he is pending a sanity evaluation on the two new number ones, which are the basis of the MTR.
All right, just give me a moment and I'll get back with you. Ron Ross.
I have Elijah Kelly, family violence.
I'll send you to 17.
Yes, ma'am.
Ernest Acevedo. Ernest Acevedo.
I'm here, Judge. Good morning. I am here on Brandon Wright family violence case. It's a first setting, so I
I'll
haven't.
send you to number 18.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Miguel Nahara.
Good morning, Judge. I have a couple of cases, but technically one is set at 10. So my 9 a.m. is for a Senado Ray. It is a family violence, and I do need to confirm.
And who is the other one?
The other one is Kevin Miller, but the email I got on that one was a 10 a.m. setting.
Okay, and is it criminal trial division or family violence?
That one is CTD, Judge.
All right, and Senada Ray, how do you spell the first name?
SEANDA.
All right, I'll send you to number 19.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Patrick Lamas.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here for Dorothy Piaciado, the CTT case.
All right, thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to number 20.
Absolutely. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Robert Porter.
Mr. Lamont Curry, CTD.
Thank you for changing your name. I'll see you to 21. That's a lucky room as well.
Thank you, Judge.
Not just in Vegas. Derek Edmonds. Derek Edmonds. Derek Emmons. Am I mispronouncing it?
Judge, I'm sorry. I was trying to find the screen to unmute myself.
That's okay. I'll see you to breakout room number 22. Thank you for changing your name.
You're welcome, Judge. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I gave you your apple too soon. Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It's, should be criminal trial division.
All right, you were so close to getting an A+. I'm going to send you to 22. All right, and before I go through the list of attorneys, is there any attorney's name who hasn't been called, who hasn't been to a breakout room?
Yes, Judge Kelly Piddle.
Jim Tochi, Judge, you did forget me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Your last, Jim.
I logged in at 8:22, FYI.
But you know what? Sometimes, James, he who is last shall be first in the end. That's just not a fortune cookie. I'm going to send you, Kelly, I'm going to send you to 23.
Judge, I conferred a couple days ago. We're set for a motion to remove GPS. I've already conferred with Marcus.
All right, then, James Toshi, I'm going to send you to number 23.
Is that
See,
family
you
vi-
moved up.
Is that family violence, Judge?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay. Carl Alexander.
Yes,
On your
Judge.
client, Anthony Randall. You said that we're waiting sanity eval.
Yes, he has two cases pending on the trial docket, and they are listed as number ones on his MTR. And Judge Carruthers granted a sanity evaluation.
Do you have any idea when that sanity evaluation is going to take place?
That is a very good question, Judge. Once I hear something, I'll let Norma know. But I've been kind of dark from the court there.
Well, we're going to find out. Ms. Ferguson, can you find out where we are with that? Thank you. We're going to find out in a moment.
All right, thanks, Judge.
And then Richard Langlois.
I'm back, Judge. Here.
Yes. Norma, on variantes, could I have a 30-day reset, please? And Mr. Langlois, the court will need documentation that your client is still unable to appear.
The 30th, Judge.
All right, we're going to come back on your case September 30th.
Okay.
All right, and you and your client are excused.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Have the excuse, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you.
Everyone, just give me a minute. I see hands raised, but believe it or not, I'm writing things down. So I will come to you in just a moment. All right, Roberto Ambrosino.
Yes, Your Honor. On Mr. Montalvo's case, I spoke with Meredith and we conferred about a pending at-large case that has not been filed yet. She's sending me some discovery on that case so I can confer more intelligently about Mr. Montalvo's cases. So I'd like a reset if we can, so I can review that with him. I believe it's our second setting.
All right, what is this new case?
It's another related drug case that came out of the same.
So is this a new case different from what we were here before? Because we were here on July 23rd and it was reset for today because it said new case. So has he had another new case since?
He's not had another, no, he has not had another new case. But she's going to email me the reports on that case, which is sealed because I didn't have the ability to look at it before.
All right.
I can't.
Norma, on Matthew Montalvo, can we have a 30-day reset for discovery, please?
Yes, yes, ma'am. We can do that on a Friday. I can do it on the 1st, Judge.
So,
September 1st? No, I mean later than that, Norma. We can have like maybe 3 weeks.
Oh, 3 weeks? I thought you said 30 days, Judge.
Oh, no, I thought you were saying September 1st. September 1st is right around the corner.
Yeah, no, I was saying October 1st.
Ah, okay. All right, because I was like, the first, what?
No.
All right, we're gonna come back on October 1st. At that time, all the discovery needs to be tendered. There will be no further resets for discovery.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thank you. If you have nothing else with us, you and your client, Mr. Montalvo, are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, just let me look in breakout rooms. Yes,
Judge, I'm ready to report.
just one
Rusty
moment,
guy.
please. Just one
Sure.
moment. Okay. Carl Alexander,
Yes, Judge.
on your client, Antonio Randall, we're going to bring that back on October 1st. So hopefully there will be a doctor that will be available to be assigned and everything will be taken care of.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, do you need to speak with, is your client in custody or on bond?
He is in custody, Judge. Yeah, if I could have a minute, that would be great.
Let me see if he is on our screen. Yes, he is. So Mr. Randall, I'm going to send you to breakout room. Let me see where you were, Mr. Alexander. You were never assigned to a room, is that correct?
Correct.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. Mr. Randall, if you'll go to 2, and Carl, after you speak with him, if you'll have him come back to the main room so we can excuse him from here.
Okay, Judge. Thank you.
All right, and everyone, just give me a moment, please. Gary Churek?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I've conferred with the state. Is my client available? Stuart Vasquez.
Is your client in custody or on bond?
He is in custody.
All right, we're just waiting for him to be brought over. I'll put in the chat box to Ms. Ferguson that we need your client.
Thank you.
Judge, he's not due till 10 o'clock.
All right, your client will be here at 10 o'clock, Mr. Churek.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
And everyone, we're staggering a little bit with the inmates because they're shorthanded at the jail. Kelly Pittle. All right, Carl Alexander, are you done?
No, Judge, I'm sorry. I think Mr. Randall's having difficulty getting into the breakout room. I see him kind of staring at the screen, but he didn't.
Mr. Randall, do you see the chat? Do you see the boxes at the bottom of the screen? Do you see where it says participants? Please unmute yourself. Hold down the space bar. It's the longest key on the keyboard.
Okay, hello.
All right. Do you see where it says participants at the bottom?
Participants at the bottom. No, man.
Do you see where it's chat?
Chat. No. No, I don't.
Do you see where it says breakout room?
Yes, ma'am. It
Click on
says
that.
okay. I don't have the mouse.
Okay, just a
Okay.
minute.
I got it.
All right, well, go to that breakout room, Mr. Randall. He'll be there now, Mr. Alexander.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Rusty Geyer.
Judge, I conferred with David and received a offer of a cap of 7.
Oh, no. I need to know what the offer is.
You don't need, I'm
Okay.
sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we're not accepting the offer. And so we have a firm, we're looking for a trial, Your Honor.
All right, so where's your client?
He's right here, Your Honor, up on the screen, Judah Rosales.
All right, the court will show that an offer has been tendered. Have you received all the discovery?
To my knowledge, I have, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, on Judah Rosales, could I have a 30-day reset, please?
Yes, ma'am, September 30th.
All right, September 30th, that's going to be your plea deadline date, Mr. Geyer. After that date, the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements. And if your client decides not to accept a plea bargain agreement on that date, then the court will give you a jury trial setting.
Thank you very much, Judge. May we be
Thank you.
excused.
Yes. Kelly Piddle?
I'm here, Judge.
Yes. Christopher Rodriguez, what's happening?
Judge, we filed a motion to remove GPS, and we just like a brief hearing. We have one witness.
All right, who's the prosecutor you were dealing with?
Marcus Sanders.
All right, and is your client indicted or not indicted?
Indicted, Your Honor.
All right, let me see if I can find the file. Just one moment. All right, does your client have a middle name? Because for some reason, the court does not have that file.
I believe it's Atlee, Judge, Atlee. I'm impressed I remember that.
Yep, no, it's not here. To the clerks, I need the file on Christopher Rodriguez, please.
Yes.
Gary Chirac, if you'll go back to breakout room number 3.
Thank you, Judge.
Right, Mr. Vasquez is here and I'll send him to number 3.
All right.
Leo Gonzalez.
Yes, Your Honor, I got an offer from Hunter on Miss Johnson. I believe I don't know if she's gotten on yet or she's maybe in the waiting room, but she was going to be logging on. I'd like to confer with her about it.
All right, she's logging in now and I'll send her to your breakout room. Let me see. You're in breakout room number 5?
Yes.
So I will send her to number 5. Miss Jessica Johnson, please go to breakout room number 5. Matthew Allen.
Yes, Judge. On Daryl Simmons, I conferred with Marcus. There's some outstanding discovery as far as a surveillance video and 911 call. So we're just asking for a reset to get those cleared up.
All right, Norma, could I have a reset date for discovery?
October 1st.
I don't know if it'll take that long, Norma. But
Okay.
I mean, if you want October 1st, we'll do October 1st.
I can do September 17th.
The attorney,
Give me 1 second. Okay. September 17th. Judge.
All right, we will come back on September 17th for discovery. All right, if you don't have anything else with us, you are excused. But before you go, where is your client?
He should be on. He's right there,
I see.
Daryl
All right,
Simmons.
Mr. Simmons, we're going to come back on September 17th.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much. You both are excused.
Thank you,
Okay.
Judge.
You're welcome.
Mr. Alex, can I let you? Can I talk to you?
I'll call you.
Okay, yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, everyone, just give me one moment.
All right. He's gonna call me. No, he's gonna.
All right, Woody Houston.
Hello, Judge.
Yes.
We've conferred. We're not going to reach a resolution on this one, so I guess we need a trial date.
All right, I'm going to send you and a family violence prosecutor. Who were you conferring with?
I conferred with Joe Ray. We had discussed a trial setting date for December 17th.
Did you all discuss that with Norma Ferguson?
Oh, we did not.
I chatted her, Judge, and Woody, it was November 17th.
Oh, November?
Yes. Does that change something?
Yeah, I'm set for trial in Kerrville on the 17th already.
We can go to
Kerrville
breakout.
more important than Bear County? He does not answer. That is a trick question. He's like, what? There's something wrong with my audio.
I don't want to keep my mouth shut, Judge.
There's something wrong with your audio. I can't hear you. Then what I'll do is, do y'all need to go back into a breakout room with Ms. Ferguson to confirm a date?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, what breakout room were you in, Mr. Halstead?
I believe we were in number 9.
All right, so I'm gonna send you out of breakout room number 1. Ms. Ferguson will meet you in at number 1. And if you all confirm a trial date, and let me know what date you agreed upon.
All right.
Thank you. Kelly Piddle, I'm still waiting for your file to be brought to me.
No problem, Judge. We found it. I think it's being brought in shortly.
All right. Laura Lefton.
Yes, Judge, I conferred with Joe Ray. Also, there are still missing discovery issues. I know last setting we had thought they had been addressed, but Ben was covering for the family violence prosecutors that day and just was not familiar with the case. So as Joe Ray and I were in the breakout room, he did send in the request to get the discovery issues. So we would ask for a reset.
All right. We're going to recall this for September 17th for discovery.
Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate it.
Thank you. You and your client are excused, Ms. Lefton.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
All right, you too. Everyone, just give me one moment. All right, anyone else back from a breakout room?
I'm back, Judge.
All right. Yes, Tim Molina.
And I mean, we don't have a resolution, even though it's a 2016 case. I was just recently put on it, and it's kind of more difficult because of its age. But so I think it probably ultimately will go towards the trial route. But I would hate to take up a space because I don't want to say I'm ready to put it there. I'm also researching the speedy trial issues, and I think that's probably what we'll do first is file that motion.
All right, Norma, Mr. Cavallari, can I have a 30-day reset, please?
Yes, ma'am. We can do the 30th as well.
All right, so we'll come back on September 30th. And where are you on discovery, Mr. Molina?
As far as I can tell, I've received everything that's at least in the e-discovery system.
And can you tell me whether or not the state has tendered an offer yet or no?
No.
Okay. Well, at the next setting, the state will tender an offer for you if all the discovery has been received.
Okay.
All right. Do you need to speak with your client?
I don't. I will visit with him in a remote visit.
All right. He's already on the screen now.
I see him. I can talk to him briefly. Can we be excused though from the breakout room?
You'll have to bring him back to the main room.
Okay.
All right. Which breakout room are you in, Mr. Molina?
I
8.
am in 8.
I just found you're in number 8. Mr. Cavallari, I need you to go to breakout room number 8, please. You should see on your screen where it says breakout room. All right, and Norma, can you let a deputy know to help Mr. Cavallari go to breakout room number 8, please? Everyone, just give me a moment. Mr. Cavalieri, just remain seated. Someone will help you. All right. On Kelly Piddle, your case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, we're going to have to recall this for Monday. This is a brand new case. The court doesn't have a court file for this case because it hasn't been created as yet.
Okay.
And they're telling me for some reason this didn't appear on the docket.
Huh. Okay. I talked with Norma about it, but maybe it just okay.
All right, no problem.
No problem. Judge.
So we will set it for Monday.
Okay.
And I'll make sure to write it in on our docket.
Thank you, Judge.
And just let your client know, will your witness be available on Monday?
I can reach out to her after we're done here, Judge, and ask. And if not, I'll hop back on Zoom and let you know.
All right, thank you.
All right, Chris, you can log off. Miss Atkill, you can log off as well. I'm going to give you a call right now. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Woody Halstead. On Catherine Butler, do you have a date?
Yes, we do, Judge. December 9th.
All right, we're going to go on the record. Brenna, we'll see if this works. I think I've already jinxed us by saying we'll see if this works. Brenna, I think I jinxed us. It was going so well. You know, the problem is it keeps jumping back to speaker view. Yeah, it's not working as of now. All right, the court is going to call 2020 CR 10798, State of Texas versus Catherine Butler. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Joe Ray Garcia.
For the defense?
Woodrow Halstead.
And where is Ms. Butler?
She's online, Your Honor.
All right, Catherine Butler, could you unmute yourself, please?
Yes,
Are
Your
you
Honor.
Catherine Butler?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Butler, do you have any objection with this hearing taking place by video?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
I believe that we have, Your Honor.
All right, the court is not in receipt of an acknowledgement of discovery. The acknowledgement of discovery then will be due on September 10th. State, are you able to prepare an acknowledgement of discovery by that date?
Yes, Judge.
Defense, has an offer been tendered?
It has, Your Honor.
Ms. Butler, it's the court's understanding that you're rejecting that offer. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you requesting a jury trial or a bench trial?
Jury trial.
My understanding is all parties have conferred over a jury trial date, and there's an agreement of December 9th as a jury trial date. Defense, any objections to December 9th as the jury trial date?
Not this time, Your Honor.
State, any objection to December 9th as a jury trial date?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Butler, do you have any objection to to December 9th as the jury trial date?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Butler, your plea deadline date has expired. What that means is that the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements after today. If you do decide to enter a plea at a later date, the court will only accept a plea that is open to the court. Your jury trial date, if juries are not suspended, will be December 9th at 9 a.m. in the 187 District Court. The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa on the 4th floor. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And when is your jury trial date?
December 9th,
What time?
9 a.m.
And which courtroom?
187th.
All right, thank you. We will see you then. We're off the record. Woody, I always have to put all of that on the record because people are like, I didn't remember.
I understand, Judge.
All right, thank you. If there's nothing else, you're excused. Have a great rest of your Thursday.
All right, thank you, Judge. And Catherine, if you have any questions, we can get together later on, okay?
Thank you.
All righty.
All right,
Have a good day.
thank you. Leo Gonzalez, you are back.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm back. I spoke with my client. We may have an agreement soon. If I can get about a week, Your Honor, just to give her more time to consider the offer we got today. And I think we may be able to work it out.
All right, Norma, on Jessica Johnson, could I have a 2-week reset for possible disposition?
Yes, ma'am. We can come back on. Give me 1 second, Judge. We can come back on the 8th.
All right, is September 8th a good date for you, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a good day.
Thank you, you too. Thank you. Have a great rest of your Thursday.
You too.
All right, let me find this on the docket. Everyone, just give me a moment.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, Nick Aguilera.
Good morning, Judge. I'm back on Frank Garcia. We visited with Meredith. We're asking for a reset between now and September 20th. She needs to do some discovery with the name and number. If you'll check your text on your phone, Judge.
Okay. All right, thank you. Norma, can we give them a 30-day reset on Mr. Garcia, please? Is that enough time for parties?
You think I can speak to my lawyer? Excuse
Just
me.
one moment.
Just a moment, Mr. Garcia, Frank.
Yeah, that'll be enough time, Judge. I think we were trying to get it before he took his vacation.
Okay, what day?
Judge, Judge, I'm leaving. I have a vacation notice in from September 20th through the 1st of October.
All right, Norma, can we have this set before maybe the second week in September?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that enough time for both parties?
Sure.
I can do, Mick, I can do the 8th or the 10th.
Meredith?
Either one.
The 10th, Meredith, the 10th, okay?
Yes.
Okay, and then if I could go to a breakout with Frank, thank you.
Yes. And could Frank Garcia, are you 17J? Could you raise your hand for me, please? Because we have more than one Garcia. All right. Let me find out where your attorney was. He was in 13. I'll send you number 13.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else back from the breakout room?
Judge, I'm back.
All right, we'll take up Mr. Edmonds and then we'll take up Valentina Kogut. And Valentina, the reason why I never call you by your last name is because I'm afraid I'm not pronouncing it correctly. How do you pronounce your last name?
Kogut.
Kogut, okay. So I'll do Derek and then I'll do Miss Kogut. I know I still didn't put the accent on the right part. I'm sorry, I'm working on it.
Okay.
All right, Derek, yes.
Judge, I talked to Marcus. We probably need a little more time before we can get an offer on the table. He's going to reach out to the complaining witness on the case. So I don't think we're getting that direction. I think that this is our first setting, I believe, today. Not that that matters, but we should get something pretty quickly.
Okay, it's your second setting, but okay.
I think it's my first, but it may be this case is second.
All right, thank you. Norma, on Alcaraz, can I have a 30-day reset, please?
The 30th as well, Judge.
All right, we'll see you on September 30th. Is your client in custody or in bond?
He's on bond, Judge, and should be logged in.
Xavier Alcaraz, where are you?
Yes, ma'am, I'm right here.
All right, we're going to come back on your case on September 30th. You'll either need to appear in person or on Zoom. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your day.
You as well.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Kogut.
Yes, Your Honor. I've conferred with the state. Is my client Christina Montes present on Zoom?
Let me see. Do you know, is she in custody or on bond?
On bond.
All right, Christina Montes. Let me see. And she's not in the courtroom either. I give everyone till 10:30. I don't know if you have, do you have contact information on her?
Yes, I do. I did try calling this morning. She hasn't answered.
Okay, I will give her until 10:30.
She called the court, Judge, the day before yesterday. I gave her the Zoom link, Judge, so she knows about the court date.
I did forward the Zoom link as well, and I did leave her a voicemail last night.
Okay, all right. If you want to zoom out and zoom back in, it really is almost 10:30. So I tell you what, you can zoom out, zoom back in if you want to at 10:30, or if you need to be somewhere, just make sure you're back before 12.
Yes, Your Honor. I do have another court this morning.
All right, if you'll just make sure that you're back before 12, and we'll take that matter up. All right, Tim Molina, you're done with Mr. Calaveri.
We are, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, can you let them know that 14J can go back? He's stuck in room number 8 on our screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Robert Porter. Thank you, Mr. Molina. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge. When you get a chance, I need to see you and Marcus in a breakout room.
All right, which breakout room were you in, Mr. Porter?
I was in 21, but my client's in 21 now.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 1. And Marcus Sanders, if you go to breakout room number 1, please. And Gary Cherrick is in breakout room by himself for some reason. Does anyone from the state know what's happening with Mr. Cherrick?
Aren't we waiting on his client?
Mr. Vasquez, were you not able to go to the breakout room with your attorney?
No, ma'am, it says I'm waiting to go out breakout room. Just says, please wait to be assigned.
Okay, I've assigned you like twice. I'm assigning you again, okay? And everyone, I will be right back.
Look how old I look. Look how old I look. Everybody's retiring. Am I understood? All right.
Mr. Oliver, do not be touching the computers. Leave them alone.
All right, Brenda, we're going to see if this spotlight will work this time.
Did you remove spotlight?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Oh, there it goes.
Let's not jinx it, Brenda. Okay, now as soon as they come out of the breakout room. Luis Martinez.
Hi, Judge.
Hi, what is happening with your case?
I've got an offer. I don't think we're close to resolving it, but I've got an offer, and that's what we were ordered to get last time.
Okay. Do you have all the discovery?
Yes, Judge, I've got everything I think I'm entitled to. And I've got some discovery that I'm sharing with Mr. Morton.
All right, Norma, can you recall this Juan Aveles for 30 days? And then when you come back, Mr. Martinez, what I will do is I will give you your plea deadline date.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Sure, let me get the date from Ms. Ferguson.
Okay.
Judge, I can do the 23rd.
All right, we're going to come back on September 23rd.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Juan. You're free to log off.
Thank you.
All right, let me see if they are out of the breakout room. They're still in the breakout room. Brenda, you know, just when this works. All right, Gary Churek.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, what is happening with Mr. Vasquez?
He wants to take a plea deal. I've already texted Meredith and said we'll take it. And I text
Ms. Ferguson.
Ms. Ferguson and let her know that we've got a deal for, it'll be an application for deferred.
All right, thank you.
Judge?
Yes.
I do have to be in Hayes County at 1:30 for in person.
All right. Oh, so we need to get this done now. Marcus, if you could show your video.
I'm starting the paperwork.
All right, thank you. Marcus, if you could show your video. And Mr. Churek, if you'll go back to the breakout room with your client, please, and they'll have the paperwork sent to you.
All right. I've got also two other matters I've got to go attend to at 10:30 in Carruthers and a motion to revoke in County Court 8 hearing.
All right, well, let's just do this and we'll be done. So
All
Mr.
right.
Vasquez, if you could go back to the previous breakout room, number 3. All right, I'm just going to send you to number 1. All right, Mr. Curry. Could you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
How are you doing this morning?
Bless. How about you, Honor?
I try always, hopefully I am blessed. I always feel great when people wish me a great day or blessings. All right, Mr. Curry, I was in the breakout room with your attorney and with the state. These are the rules. Your attorney says that you requested a bench trial. However, you're not entitled to a bench trial. And let me mute you for a little bit because I'm getting feedback from your end. So you're not entitled to a bench trial. What has to happen in order for you to have a bench trial is the state has to agree to a bench trial. So the way that you're entitled to a jury trial, the state is entitled to a jury trial. And what I can tell you on my docket sheet, I see that you have this case, which is a robbery, and then you have 2 other cases on my docket sheet, which is retaliation and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. In my court, because you've been here before, because I see my docket sheet, I try to make sure that the defense attorneys have all the discovery and know every single thing about each and every one of your cases. Because I think you know it wouldn't be fair for your attorney to go to trial and not know everything. I've been a defense attorney, I've been a prosecutor, and I've had clients sometimes tell me, well, I know everything. And I'm like, that's great. I will hear what you will tell me, but I need to know what the state has so that I can be prepared for whatever the state may present. Do you understand, Mr. Curry?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so this is what we're going to do on your case. We're going to reset your case, and we're going to reset it for September 30th. And this is the reason why I'm giving you that date, because that will give time for the state to make a decision on whether or not they can agree to a bench trial. All right, and then that will give them a chance to make sure that your attorney has all the discovery, not just for the case that's been indicted, the robbery case, but for the other two cases. I can only speak to you in hypotheticals because I don't know anything about your cases, but I do know that when people go to trial, sometimes the state may be in punishment. If it gets to punishment, it may be not guilty, who knows? But if it gets to punishment, they usually want to bring up the other cases that have not been indicted. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any question about anything?
I never received an indictment paper on a robbery.
All right, so we're going to make sure that you get that. You know, things have been down for a little bit, but I know we'll send it and make sure that your attorney has it, so your attorney can show that document to you, okay?
And what about the affidavits?
So here's the thing about affidavits. If you're talking about affidavits for witnesses about your case, the court doesn't receive that. I don't know any facts of your case. And yes, Mr. Porter?
I was just gonna say, I didn't mean to interrupt, Judge. Mr. Curry, that's between me and the state in negotiations.
Okay, all
So,
right.
Mr. Curry, let me explain to you. As a judge, I have to be objective, which means I have no preconceived notions about any of the cases that are before me. So I know a lot of times defendants think that I know everything about their cases I've received, which I haven't. The only thing I know about your case is your name and what you're charged with.
Okay,
Okay?
okay.
So do you have any other questions about anything?
No, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Porter, do you need to speak with your client anymore?
Please, I will need to ask him if he has any follow-up questions. Just
Sure. And Mr. Curry, what I will tell you too, I know sometimes people want to be released early. They want everything to move quickly, but sometimes that's not best. It's sort of like when you go see a doctor and you say, doctor, have the heart problem, remove it quickly, make it happen right away. But they have to run tests, right? You don't want somebody doing something that cannot be undone because everybody's rushing so quickly. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your attorney. Mr. Porter, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. And Mr. Porter, when you go to number 3, Mr. Curry, could you have him come back to the main room because we'll have to dismiss him from the main room.
thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Miguel Nahara.
Judge, I'm trying to interrupt. Judge, I send you a chat.
All right, thank you, Ms. Ferguson.
Judge, I was able to confer with Mr. Nisbet on Mr. Kevin Miller. I still haven't conferred with anyone on Miss Ray. I just wanted to make sure. I'll go back to my room and sit quietly. I just wanted to make sure that I still had a family violence prosecutor coming my way.
All right, could a family violence prosecutor please come the way of Miguel Nahara?
I'm in room 19.
He's in room, you know what? Let me move you up to number
Judge.
4.
Ooh.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. There are other people in front of you, so I really can't.
That's fine, Judge. Thank you.
Because you'll skip over them. You're in number 19. There is someone waiting for family violence in 17 and 18.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Oliver? Mr. Oliver, unmute yourself, please. Mr. Oliver?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Mr. Oliver, I'm going to need you to do me a favor. I'm going to need you to stop touching the screens. Okay? Do you understand?
Come on.
All right, Norma, can you let them know that Oliver in the conference room can go back, please? We'll see him on another day.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And Norma, on his attorney, could you let his attorney know that when Mr. Oliver is here, he needs to be here right at 9.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, Eric Reynolds.
Yes, Judge. Good morning. I've got Adam Cordova. It's a aggravated robbery and a motion to revoke his probation on a different case. I spoke with Marcus. I've got an offer on that would wrap up both cases. Spoke with my client. He wants to talk to his family about it. We're asking for a shortish reset so we can hopefully get this case resolved.
Mr. Cordova, how old are you?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How old are you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm 21. I'll be 22 on Tuesday.
All right, I'm going to give you the lecture that I give everyone,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Who wants to talk to their parents. If there is a party that is happening and you know that there is not going to be any adult supervision and there's going to be drugs there, your parent would appreciate you calling them before you go to the party to ask their advice, as opposed to going to the party, getting in trouble, and then calling your parents once trouble has happened. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
All right. So your attorney is telling me that you need some time. You want to speak to your family. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So if we recall this case on Monday, is that enough time for you?
I don't have no. I have to wait to maybe like Monday to call them because
Okay.
My mother passed away about a couple weeks ago.
So who are you going to be speaking to?
I have my grandmother and my dad.
So when are you going to speak with them?
I'm gonna speak with them next week because my dad and my grandma work a lot.
Okay.
So I was gonna
I'm
speak.
sorry
with
about your mother's passing.
It's okay.
Norma, can we recall this case for September 3rd for disposition? Is that possible?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
All right. Is September 3rd? That's a Friday. If that's enough time for you, Mr. Cordova?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Mr. Cordova, we're going to recall this case for September 3rd. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome. You have a great rest of your day. I'm sorry about your mom.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Norma, can you let them know that 14J can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Reynolds, if you don't have anyone else with us, you're excused.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Vivian Casares.
Yes, Judge.
Hi, I have to move everyone in the spotlight because if I take this spotlight off, I'm afraid it won't work anymore.
That's fine, Your Honor.
So, but then when people see themselves on the screen, they know they're up on deck. So what is happening with your client?
Judge, I did confer with Hunter and I just needed to go into a breakout room with my client.
All right.
And she's under, I think, Long. Her name is Marcy Martinez, but I think on the screen it shows her under Nick Long, I think.
You say Nick Long?
I think so.
All right. Is there a Mary Martinez here, please?
Marcy. Sorry, Judge.
Marcy Martinez. Marcy Martinez, because I don't see
Marcy,
them
are you still on?
I don't see them on the screen.
Oh, she accidentally got out, Judge.
All right. If you'll stay on this screen, as soon as she comes in, I can send you all in the breakout room.
Okay, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome. Christine McDonald.
Hello, Judge. I got a slightly different offer. If I can just talk to my client in a breakout room briefly.
All right. And Miss Long is coming in. Marcy Martinez is coming in. So let me see what breakout you're in. Christine, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4.
Okay.
And your client, Ferguson, if you could go to 4, please. And then Vivian, let me find you. I'm going to send you to number 5. And
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And Long, could you go to 5, please? Mark Darling.
Hi, Judge. Good morning again. Yes, I conferred with Hunter, and I've been trying to text my client, Amanda Pequeño. So I'd like to meet with her in the breakout room if she's on.
Is there Amanda Pequeno here? We don't see her. No, anywhere on the screen.
Okay, I have been in contact with her as recently as yesterday and gave her the link and everything, so
If you want to call her, I'll give her, if you want to zoom out and zoom back in, but you'll need to be here before 12.
Okay, good. Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. Let me find her on our docket sheet. There she is. All right, anyone else ready? Let me see.
You don't count till you have an attorney.
All right, we have everyone for family violence. Ron Ross is in number 17. I'm going to move him up to number 6. Ernest Acevedo is in 18. I'm going to move him to 7. That's family violence. And Miguel Nahara is family violence. I'm moving him to 8. Yes, Christine?
Judge, we need a trial on Mr. Ferguson's case. He's rejecting the state's offer.
All right, so what I will do is I'll send you to breakout room number 2. Who's the prosecutor?
David Martin.
Let me see if David Martin. Oh gosh, just one second. Let me see where he is. Just one second. All right, just one second. David's in breakout rooms. All right, Vivian, on your client, Ms. Marcy Martinez.
Yes, Judge. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I was trying to find Hunter's. She's gonna accept the plea, Judge. And so we'll have a plea.
All right, thank you. Tom, can you chat with Hunter and let him know that Ms. Martinez is accepting the plea? All right, we'll get the paperwork to you. And if you could put in the chat box to Ms. Ferguson what the agreement is, please.
Okay, Judge, thank you.
You're welcome. Roy Barrera. Hello, you're on mute.
Good morning. We are
Good
back.
morning.
We're
Happy
back.
Thursday.
Thank you, Judge. Happy Thursday. Are you going to the SA Bar Luncheon?
When is that?
Today at San Fernando. It's the installation of the new president.
Oh, no, yes, I have that on my calendar.
Okay, I'll see you there.
All right, awesome.
Yes, we're here, Judge, on Archie Dorset. All the paperwork is wrapped up and finished. We just need to take the plea.
All right, to the clerks, could you
Judge, can I see them in a breakout room really quick?
Yes, I'm going to send you all to breakout room number 8.
Okay.
And Norma, on Quincy Shields, what is the date for this PTD?
Judge, it will be, give me one second. The 23rd, Judge.
Okay, thank you. All right, and Mr. Ferguson, it's the court's understanding you're requesting a trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and let me see. I'm sorry. Again, Christine, were you conferring with David?
Yes, Judge.
All right, David, if you could go to breakout room number 10, please, to confer with Christine on a jury trial date. And Ms. Ferguson, if you could go to number 10, please. All right, Mr. Ferguson, just give us a moment.
Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
Patrick Lamas.
Yes, Your Honor. I was able to confer with Mr. Morris. He was able to get me 4 Coban videos, and he requested the remaining videos being the body cameras of the SAPD.
All right, is your client here?
I was trying to look through it. I don't see her here. I spoke with her this morning, and I sent her the link. I can call her up real quick to see where she's at.
All right, I will give her before 12.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
And may I be excused while I contact her?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
All right, thank you. You too.
Judge, ma'am.
Just one moment, please. All right, who's requesting to speak with me?
Vasquez?
Are you an inmate?
Yes, ma'am.
You need to speak with your attorney.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You told me to a breakout room number one and I
Oh,
think I
no,
was by
just
myself.
wait there. Your attorney will show up. I'm gonna move
Okay,
you
okay.
in. I'll move you to number 9. Just be patient, okay? Christine, do you have a date from for your trial?
Yes, Judge. Norma gave us December 9th.
Okay. All right, is there a prosecutor available to put the trial date on the record?
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you, Hunter. All right, the court is calling 2000. Well, all right. Here's the thing before we go on the record. I see that the court has not given a plea deadline date. Ms. McDonald, Mr. Ferguson, do you not want a plea deadline date? This case is relatively new. Mr. Ferguson, can you unmute, please?
Ma'am?
Yes, Mr. Ferguson. The way the court operates, the process in the 187 District Court is once an offer has been tendered, and Ms. McDonald, was that offer tendered today?
Yes, well, we've had it previously, yes. It's slightly changed today.
So, Mr. Ferguson, I usually give a plea deadline date. So before I give you a trial date, I'm going to have you brought back. I'm going to have you brought back fairly quickly because usually I give a 30-day reset just for people to think about things. Because sometimes when people hear offers, there's a shock to their system, right? And so I want you to have a chance to internalize it and think about it before you openly reject it. And this is not me trying to get you to enter a plea, because that's completely in your purview, whether you accept it or not. I don't know anything about your case. I don't know what the offer is. I don't want to know what the offer is, but I want you to intelligently and get a chance to consider it and make an informed decision instead of doing a knee-jerk reaction. Do you understand?
No.
All right. So Norma, on Mr. Ferguson, I'm going to ask for a 2-week reset. Mr. Ferguson, is that enough time for you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And Christine McDonald, you know your client better than I know your client. Do you think that's enough time for him to internalize and consider the state's offer?
Yes, Judge, and I will go visit him at the jail. So if there's anything additional he'd like to view, we can have a visit before that date.
All right. And have you received all the discovery?
Judge, I've been asking about videos. I'm not sure if they've gotten confirmation if I have all the body cam. I asked about it the last setting. So I'd like to know if the victim gave an additional statement at the station. But I haven't really gotten a confirmation if the agency has confirmed that or not.
All right, this is what we're going to do. Mr. Ferguson, we're going to bring you back in 2 weeks.
Yes, ma'am.
That will be your plea deadline date. However, if there's other discovery that your attorney has not received, I'll extend it because I want you to have everything that the state has so that you can make an informed decision, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Norma, Mr. Ferguson, can we recall this in 2 weeks?
Yes, ma'am. September 9th.
All right, so we're going to come back on September 9th, Mr. Ferguson. That will
Yes,
be
ma'am.
your plea deadline date. But if your attorney still has not or thinks she hasn't received all the discovery or all the evidence in your case to review, I will extend that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if there's nothing else,
Judge, can I get a breakout room with Ms. McDonald?
yes.
Okay. Judge, may I be excused from the breakout room?
Yes, and Mr. Ferguson will bring you back on that date, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.
You too, ma'am.
Thank you. Norma, can you let them know that L17 can go back?
I'm sorry,
And
Judge?
L17
Okay, thank you.
and Christine McDonald, if you'll go to number 11 and the prosecutor will meet you there.
Thank you, Judge.
Suzanne Kramer.
Yes, Judge. I'm waiting for David Lunan to pop in. I texted him that I was coming in, but I also have Jesus Garza. So if I could, while we're waiting, talk to a prosecutor on his case.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It's drug cases. It's CTD. I don't believe, I was looking at his cases this morning. He's got an FIP and 2 drug cases, if memory serves.
I'll see you in breakout room number 3.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Sonny Middleton. Sonny Middleton. All right, Robert Porter, you're back?
I am, Your Honor.
Yes.
We're done discussing all the issues.
All right, and let me see your client. Norma, can you let them know that 17I can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Porter. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mark Darling.
Yes, Your Honor. I tried to call Amanda Pequeno. I couldn't get a hold of her. I've already conferred, whatever you want me to do, Judge.
All right, is there a prosecutor available?
Sorry, Judge.
Court is calling 2021 CR 5217, State of Texas versus Dorothy Procedural. Are you on Amanda Pequeno? Sorry, Brenna. Wrong person. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 6602, State of Texas versus Amanda Jo Pequeno. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Joe Ray Garcia.
For the defense?
Mark Darling.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
This hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:53 a.m. The defendant has not appeared on the Zoom screen. Deputy Laura, has there been Amanda Jo Pequeno in the courtroom at all today?
No, Your Honor, she has not.
Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
I have, Judge. This week, for the first time since I was appointed, we made contact with each other, including by phone, and she gave me her email, and I sent her the link. So I don't know exactly what the problem is as far as her appearance goes, but we've had contact.
All right, and was she aware of this setting today? Did you give her the link?
I did, Judge.
All right. State?
State requests that the court forfeit the bond and issue a warrant.
All right, that'll be granted. If you're able to get in touch with your client and your client presents herself by Zoom or in person, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Judge. Is that like present yourself today, or, I mean?
Before a NISI is issued, because once that's done.
Okay, thank you, Judge. I'll do my best to get a hold of her.
All right, you're welcome. And I'm giving your client some leeway because I realize this is her first setting for this case. But she needs to make sure she appears either in person or by Zoom.
I'll explain all that to her, Judge. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
Bye.
Does anyone see what page that case is on, please?
Page 8.
Thank you. Sonny Middleton, who do you have?
Yes, Your Honor. I have Andrew Orozco. He's an inmate.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
Trial division.
Okay. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 9.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. All right, and to family violence prosecutors, we have Ernest Acevedo in number 4, Miguel Nahara in number 6, James Toshi in number 7.
Judge, they're just waiting for David. He's one ahead. He's in a breakout room with someone else.
All right, thank you.
Judge, I just sent you your chat.
All right. Okay. All right. On Stephen Vasquez.
Yeah, yes, Your Honor. Gary Chirac here. We don't have a plea agreement. It kind of broke down, and I'm talking to Meredith. Apparently, there is new discovery that's coming in. I just got a disclosure from her on the complaining witness's criminal history. Plus, I think she says she's got some more information coming through witness statements, or the complaining witness contacted her yesterday or something, that she said more discovery is supposed to be coming.
All right, Norma, can we give this a 30-day reset for discovery, please?
Yes, ma'am. 30 days.
Just 1 second, Mr. Vasquez. Yes, Norma?
I can do the 22nd, Judge.
The 27th?
22nd, 2-2.
22nd, okay.
Or the 29th.
22nd or 29th, Mr. Chirac?
Let's just do the 22nd.
All right. Mr. Vasquez, could you unmute? There's something you wanted to
Yes,
speak with
ma'am.
the court about? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to talk with my attorney before we leave first, because I filed motions to reduce
Okay,
bond.
let me explain something, Mr. Vasquez. Could you mute yourself? All right. So, Mr. Vasquez, this is where we are. And when I say this, I don't mean it as a sign of disrespect, but because sometimes people just are not thinking. Because when you feel as though you're in dire straits, people stop thinking rationally. All right. So here's the thing about me. I've been a defense attorney. I've been a prosecutor. So I've seen both sides. For some reason, I don't know why this is the case, but everybody thinks they can be an attorney without going to law school. What I can tell you is every person who's an attorney on here has at least 2 degrees, undergraduate and law school. Some have more than that. I do. Of course, that's neither here nor there, but Brenda, my mom paid for that. So I better say it and say, thank you, Mom. I have more than 2 degrees. So if you have a heart condition and you go see your doctor and the doctor says you need an operation, at best, you may say, I'm going to go get a second opinion. That may be what you're going to say. But you don't go to that surgeon and say, I know you're doing a heart surgery. Let me tell you how I want you to do it. I want you to use this tool and do that. You don't say that because you know you don't have the skill for that. So here's the thing about attorneys. Your attorney will file whatever motions, right? And the court will hear those motions. Sometimes defendants want the mysterious motion to dismiss a case filed, or they want bond motions, or they want different type of motions or motions to suppress. Your attorney will file those motions. And when your attorney files them, guess what? I will hear them. And before I hear them, I will have your attorney confer with the state to see if it's a motion they can agree on. If they don't agree on it, I'll hear it and I'll make a decision. You understand? So
Yes, sure.
I tell everyone who's accused, let your attorney be an attorney. Okay? Now, do you still
Yes.
need to speak with Mr. Churak?
Yes, ma'am, because the time he
No,
was
that's,
telling me. I
that's,
don't-
that's either yes or no.
Yes.
Okay. To see, your attorney is protecting you. He doesn't want you to say anything that maybe you shouldn't say. All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 10. Mr. Churak, when you finish in number 10, if you could come out of that room and bring your client out of that room. And let me find where your client was. There we are. Ron Ross. You're muted.
Okay, I'm back on Kelly.
Yes.
I have conferred with David Martin. And after conferring, first off is this is a situation, there's some real psychological issues here. He's not sure how he wants to go about this. In the meantime, I think I'm also going to have a sanity evaluation for the time of the offense.
Okay.
I have to follow that.
All right, I'm going to recall your case in 30 days. Before that time is done, you'll need to have filed that sanity motion if that's what you're requesting.
Yeah, that'll be done early next week. Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, because I know they have a backlog with that and trying to find doctors. Norma, can I have a reset on Elijah Kelly for 30 days, please?
The 23rd, Judge.
23rd? Okay,
Yes.
That'll work. Mr. Kelly, the 23rd.
All right, let me bring him here just 1 second. Is your client on bond?
No, he's in jail. I see him on the screen right here.
All right, let me see if I can find him.
He's waving.
Oh, there he is. Mr. Kelly, we're going to bring you back on September 23rd. All right, then Mr. Ross, you are excused. Have a great rest of your day. Mr. Kelly, you're excused. Have a great rest of your day. Norma, can you let them know that 17H can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, you too. Meredith, I'm afraid if I remove the spotlights, it will not work because it hasn't been working.
Judge, I'm back from breakout room whenever you have a chance to get an update.
Okay. All right, Norma, can you let them know that 17C can go back, please?
Judge, who is 17C?
Vasquez.
Thank you.
All right, on Brandon Wright, what is happening?
Judge, this is a first setting for us. There is a lot of discovery. We have not been able to exchange it. I conferred with David Martin. We're going to try to make sure that he gets me everything that's available. It's a large file. So can I get 30 days to review discovery and see if we can get that part settled?
Okay. Norma, can I have a regular reset on Brandon Wright, please?
Sorry, Judge, I was on the phone. What was that?
A regular reset on Brandon Wright.
Right, the 23rd, Judge.
All right, we'll see you back on September 23rd.
Let me double check that date, Judge. Yes, that's fine with me.
All right, we'll see you at that time. And I'm assuming the state wasn't prepared to present an offer because of the discovery issues that are still out there.
Yeah, it's brand new, Judge. He has not reviewed everything, and I certainly have not reviewed everything. So yeah, it's brand new. We should be a little more up to date on it by next month.
All right, you and your client are excused. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Wright, you're excused.
Hey, Judge,
Yes.
can I get a room with Vivian Cáceres?
All right, let me see. Vivian Cáceres, if you'll go to breakout room number 10, please. A prosecutor
right,
will
Judge.
meet you there.
Thank
Okay.
you, Judge.
You're welcome. And to the clerks, I'm sending back information on Dorset.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. John Kuntz, who do you have?
Hey, good morning, Judge. I have James Stegemeyer, and we still have not, Dr. Scott has not done his reevaluation, I guess. I just checked my emails a little while ago to make sure I hadn't missed something. And I know Sally Unkefer had emailed him at some point because we have a ton of medical records from my client that I'm trying to get to the doctor, and he hasn't reached out to me about getting them. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Okay, do you know who the doctor is?
It's Dr. Scott.
Okay, well, do you have any objections if I were to call him and see if I can contact him?
I have no objections whatsoever. And in fact, anything you can do to facilitate me getting him these records would be great.
All right, let me call him right now. And everyone, if you'll just give me a moment, please.
Take the line off, and now she can hear us talking. But now I'll come back here.
All right, John Kuntz. On your client, what we're going to do is we're going to recall him for October 1st. I have your contact information and the state's contact information. I've sent a text message to the doctor and asking him to give me an email address or somewhere where he would like the records to be sent so he can review those.
I appreciate it, Judge. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Do you need to speak with your client?
I was going to say, if he's on, I'm trying to see, do I see him?
Yes, he's on.
Okay, sure. I would love to. And then can I be excused from there?
You'll need to bring him back to the main room. And then we'll have to excuse him from the main room.
Okay, will do.
Mr. Stackmeyer, if you go to breakout room number 2, please.
And Your Honor, may it please the court, I believe we are ready on the
Yes,
plea
you
of
are.
Archie Dorsett.
Yes.
And Your Honor, this is Sunny. I'm back from the breakout room.
All right, just give me one moment. Let me take up this plea first, and then I will take that up. Who's the prosecutor?
All right, Judge.
All right, thank you. And Sunny, do you need to speak with your client?
Yes, you can put me in a room, Your Honor. We just need a reset. The DA needs more time for discovery.
Oh, well, if you need a reset, then just give me a moment. After I finish this plea, I'll take that matter up.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 5320, State of Texas versus Archie Dorsett. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Joe Ray Garcia.
For the defense?
Roy Barrera Jr.
And are you Mr. Dorsett?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any
No, Your
objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Dorsett, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your
Right.
Honor.
The court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video.
No.
Yes.
Counsel, I'm showing you what's entitled discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Dorset, I'm showing you what's entitled application for community supervision or deferred adjudication. Did you review that document with your attorney, and did you understand it, and did you sign it? Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Dorset, I'm going to show you what's entitled court's admonishment and defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand what you're charged with as assault family second offense? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, everyone could give me a short break, please.
Yes, Judge. Okay, she now muted herself. Okay, so she's doing something, but I'll mute myself here.
You're not.
All right, everyone, we are back on the record. All right, everyone, sorry about that. I had to take that. All right, defense, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, ma'am, he has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, he was, and I believe that.
Mr. Dorsett, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea? Mr. Dorsett, has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Mr. Kuntz, if you will remain, I was contacted by the doctor, so I'll give you the information that you need. Back on the record, I'm going to show you what's entitled plea bargain agreement. Did you review that agreement with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's to be a $1,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. Taking consideration, are these grand jury numbers?
No, Judge, I think they're appealed de novo traffic that's in county court now.
All right. They will take in consideration 152369, 152370, 152371, 152372. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no harmful or injurious contact with Araceli, Aracely, Coronado. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be the entirety of your plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Judge.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
I didn't hear you, Judge.
Have there been any such motions?
No, ma'am.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There'll be 120 hours of community service restitution and the BIPP course. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense is charged. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No
He
contest.
pleads no contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
State offers State's Exhibit 1 and all its attachments.
Any
No
objection?
No objections, Judge.
Mr. Dorsett, I'm going to show you what's entitled waivering consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to a jury trial, the right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we ready to proceed with sentencing?
We are, Judge.
All right, I'd like to be educated. What is Santa, and how do you pronounce the last word, M-U-E-R-T-E? What is that? Anyone? Santa, Murte.
Marta.
Yes, what is that?
Marta
Mr.
is like
Dorset, what is Santa Morta?
Religion,
Yes, but that's not telling me anything.
Catholic.
Baptist is a religion.
I'm Catholic. Means that I'm Catholic.
So why would she be upset with you putting those objects around? What were the objects that you were
Because
putting
she's
in the
not
room?
Catholic. She's not Catholic. That's why.
My question is, what were the objects that you were putting around in the room?
I have an altar. I have an altar, and that's it. It's always been there. I didn't do nothing with it. Why is this coming up to it? I don't understand.
No, I want to know what objects you were putting around, because maybe my understanding of what the objects are completely different from yours. But my understanding that the objects that is like the Grim Reaper.
Yes,
So,
it is, ma'am. It's
all right,
Azrael.
so
It's
why
an
are you-
angel. It's an angel called Azrael. They have a bad thing against it, but really it's an Islamic thing, and it's an angel, and it's called Azrael. It's not called Santa Muerte. It's called
Okay, so
Azrael.
here's the thing. What I do know, I don't think Catholic and Islam is the same thing. Am I wrong? Someone help me out. Mr.
You are correct. You are correct, ma'am. You are correct.
So why are you saying that it's a part of Islam when it's not?
In
Why
a
are you
way it
telling
is,
me-
ma'am. In a
Why-
way it is. You know,
Time out. This is what I want to understand. And I can see now you do have major anger issues. I don't know why she wants a no harm or injurious contact with you. I would just, it should probably be a no
I don't
contact.
bother nobody, ma'am. I am a peaceful man. I respect.
All right, victim stated suspect and her had been drinking throughout the night. Victim stated she told suspect she was going to take a shower and asked suspect to stop drinking. Victim stated in the past, suspect has been known to get physically and verbally aggressive with victim once he's intoxicated. Victim stated as she got out of the shower, she observed suspect one placing Santa Muerte objects in her bedroom, which we do know is Grim Reaper, that is not related to Islam or the Catholic religion. Victim one stated as soon as she told the suspect to not place the object in her room, suspect began punching victim one in the face multiple times. Victim one stated as she was running towards her children's room, suspect followed her and began hitting victim in the face again multiple times. Victim one pleaded with the suspect to stop hitting her because her children were in the next room. Victim one stated once she mentioned the kids, suspect finally stopped hitting her and left the room. Victim stated she defended herself by hitting suspect in the face and pushing him away again. I made contact suspect one who appeared to be highly intoxicated. Suspect stated victim made him drink. Suspect admitted to being intoxicated. So here's the thing, when you say you don't bother anybody, we're here on an assault family second. So somebody has been bothered.
yes,
We're here on
you're-
an assault family second. So here's the thing. Stop being untruthful.
I understand, ma'am, but if you can go to certain records that she has, it's been
No,
a
we're
problem.
not talking about her records.
No,
We're
I
talking
know the
about your
focus.
record.
I know the focus is on me, ma'am. I know the focus is on me. I just want to get over this, ma'am. Everything that she said, ma'am, it was a lie, man. I don't drink, and I just drank with her because I didn't want her in the streets drinking and driving.
So basically what you're telling me, it's her fault. I mean, if
Ma'am,
if it's
I
her
did
fault,
hit her,
let me
ma'am.
know.
I get that, ma'am. That I did hit her, ma'am. But she's also a very violent person, ma'am. And what she said, I don't do nothing wrong to people, ma'am.
Mr.
I never got
Barrera,
the
it
chance
sounds
to
to me like
explain.
your client should not be having contact with Araceli Coronado, because from what he's telling me, she's very violent and she forces him to drink.
I understand, and if you so order, that's the order of the court.
And I think your client has serious anger issues. And it
Well,
appears
hopefully-
that, I don't know if he's, oh, I'm
Yes,
sorry, Mr. Barrera, go
I
ahead.
do, Your Honor. You're right, Your Honor. I do, because it's being unfair. And in a situation like this, I was never asked what happened, nothing. And I know the truth, what happened, ma'am. I didn't want her to go drinking like she does, ma'am. I just wanted her to come back home to us, to my family. I take care of my family. I take my kids to the doctor, to school, and none of that. I cannot do that. None of that no more, ma'am. I cannot do none of that no more because I have to eat all of this.
Well, here's the thing. If we wouldn't put our hands on people in anger, we wouldn't be here.
No, I understand, ma'am.
Part of life, Mr. Dorset, part of life and part of growing is accepting the consequences from your actions and not placing the blame on other people. That's what children do sometimes. So nobody forced you to drink. You drank because you wanted to drink. So I don't want to hear about, I didn't want her drinking outside, so I drank with her. Don't want to hear it because you're an adult. You decided to drink.
You're right,
and
Your
you
Honor.
decided to drink to intoxication. You're
Yes,
an
Your Honor.
adult. This is not your first family violence case.
You're all right, Your Honor. You're right.
So here's my question. Since the date of this incident, when's the last time you had a drink?
Never, ma'am. Never, ma'am.
So you're telling me that since March 25th of 2021, you have not had an alcoholic drink at all. I don't mean drinking an intoxication. I mean, you haven't had a beer, you haven't
Okay,
had a
ma'am.
mixed drink, you haven't had Crown Raw.
Ma'am, just because of this case, ma'am, it doesn't mean that I'm an alcoholic or something. I don't drink. I do not like it, ma'am. Because I know, ma'am, I don't like it, ma'am.
Yes, I don't believe that from you. Is there anything you wish to say on your behalf of your client, Mr. Barrera?
Yes, Judge, I would like to say that if in fact a TAP evaluation reflects that he has either alcohol or drug-related issues, we certainly will comply with whatever they recommend. I frankly don't know that he does or does not drink. I have never seen him drink, but I've never been in a position to witness that. And all I have to go on is what the victim said, but I don't know what she said is true or not true. However, he says he doesn't drink. She says he does. Obviously, we have a discrepancy. So maybe we need to have a TAP evaluation and see exactly what they think the problems are.
All right. Where are you employed, Mr. Dorset?
Yard work, ma'am.
What do you do?
I mean, if I do yard work, ma'am, I do yard work.
Okay, let me ask you something, Mr. Dorset. Why are you trying to get attitude with me? I don't appreciate it.
No, ma'am. I respect you, ma'am. I respect you.
Then you need to answer my questions.
Yes, ma'am. I don't see no point, ma'am, because you say you don't believe me. So it's kind of unfair, ma'am, my situation.
I don't understand what you're saying. What did you just say? And the court reporter is not able to take it down because we can't hear you.
Speak a little slower, Mr. Dorset, a little slower, a little calmer, please.
And louder. I do yard work, ma'am, here and there. That's it, ma'am.
Has Child Protective Services been involved in your life?
One time, ma'am, they were involved, so I can come back because she had an issue with another person and beat her up. And that's why CPS called me, because my kids were only saying good things about me, that I'm a good father. I don't know if you can now investigate that. I mean, it's on record already. Like 2-3 times this case has been happening with her.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. 4 years deferred adjudication, $1,500 fine probated. Take in consideration 152369, 152370, 152371, 152372. Affirmative finding of family violence. No contact with Araceli Coronado. Parenting classes. The BIPP course. 120 hours of community service restitution. 40 hours will be waived if you take the COVID vaccine and you complete that. You don't have to take the COVID vaccine. I'm not requiring anyone to do it, but if you do it, you'll have a deduction of 40 hours in your community service restitution. No unsupervised contact with children until parenting classes are completed. Proof of employment. within 15 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. I'm going to want field visits, random, 3 times per month. Regular Zoom reporting or in-person reporting. GPS, waive fees, defendant allowed to work. Random UAs, and I'm going to want a UA today. Test for drugs and alcohol, please. Rebecca, is there anything else that he needs?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Dorset, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, I did.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Mr. Barrera, I'm going to want you to go to the breakout room with your client while probation goes over conditions with him, please.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Ms. Reyes, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1.
Okay,
And Mr. Barrera, I will send you to number 1.
thank you.
You're welcome. John Kuntz?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, let me find you on my screen. There you are. All right, Mr. Kuntz, I spoke with Dr. Scott,
Yes, ma'am.
and he said what you need to do is send it to the jail at medical. And
Okay.
what you put on there is attention, Martha Gutierrez.
Medical, okay, Martha Gutierrez.
Yes, and put it to her attention. And he said that she would get that to him.
I will make it happen.
All right, thank you so much. Thanks for coming back. Have a great rest of your day.
You too, Judge. Thank you so much. May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ken Baker.
Yes, good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Can I speak to my client, Mr. Gomez, in a breakout room?
All right, sure, just one moment. And David Woodard, if you could show your video, please.
Judge, do you know if I'm going to be able to share screen with him in there?
Yes, you will. What is your client's name?
Jose Gomez Gonzalez.
Criminal trial, is he in,
I think he's family violence. He's 14L.
okay. Mr. Gonzalez, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your attorney. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. And Mr. Baker, if you could go to 2. David Woodard, who do you have with us?
Judge, I have Victoria Maldonado.
I still room.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
It's criminal trial division. I've gotten an offer, but I do need to relay it to my client. So I need to go in a breakout room with Miss Maldonado if possible.
Is she on the Zoom screen? I don't see her.
She is, Judge. I just saw her. She's in custody.
Okay, I see she's 13B. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4. And Miss Maldonado, if you'll go to 4, please. Vivian Caceres?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, what is happening with your case?
We're getting the paperwork signed, Judge. If I could go into, I just emailed my portion of it from Hunter, so I need to go in a breakout room with my client if I could, Your Honor, to go over the paperwork with her.
All right, I'll send you to number 5, and your client is listed as Long, correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Miss Martinez, if you go to number 5.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and the people we have waiting in breakout rooms, Norma, can you let them know? I guess Garcia can go back. He's in 13 by himself.
Yes, ma'am.
James Toshi.
Hey,
Oh,
Judge.
I'm sorry, just one second.
Sure.
Doctor, just All right, we are back. Sorry, Mr. Toshi, yes.
So Judge, on Stephen Garcia, conferred with David on that, and we need, if you can give us a trial setting sometime in the middle of October. We both identified that as a good target date, or I
Okay,
guess
let me ask you this. Is your client in bond or on custody?
he is on bond.
All right, let me see where he is. I don't see him.
He should be there. I think he was there earlier.
Stephen Garcia. All right, we will wait for him.
Well, let me give him a call, Judge. And then I also have Mary Diaz.
Yes.
She is in custody.
Mhm.
We're not going to get her resolved today. I would like to visit with her, and I'll get Mr. Garcia to jump back in.
All right, and everyone, the court is going to have to break at 11:45 today, and we'll be back at 2 p.m. So Ms. Diaz, where are you on discovery on her, Mr. Toshi?
We're good with the discovery, Judge. We're past all that. Now we're just, I mean, it's not a case I think we're going to resolve anytime soon, if ever. And
Well, because today we're supposed to be here to see if an offer has been tendered. So has an offer been tendered?
Not yet. No.
Is there a reason you don't have an offer yet?
I guess David doesn't like me. I don't know.
David Martin?
I don't like him. There's a lot of moving pieces on this one. And if you recall, there was a large amount of PDF files that I had copied and given over to the defense that they weren't able to open. So I've since recopied them, and I think they're able to get to them now. But this isn't like a typical case where an event happens and a couple of people come in and testify about it, and then you're done. I mean, the investigation goes on for some time. There's many parties involved, twists, turns, loops.
So it's like a winding road. What's that song? It's a long and winding road.
Yeah.
And sometimes the speed limit is 75 miles per hour, but then you hit a small town and it's like 20 and it's a speed trap.
Yeah, and there's like one of those every 5 miles.
All right, so let me ask you this.
It's probably a good 2 or 3 season Netflix series worth of information.
But then sometimes you binge watch it, as I binge watch Resurrection.
Yeah,
I'm
watching another baby death right now. So
okay, all right. So 30 days, is that enough time for the state to have tendered an offer? And Mr. Toshi, is that enough time for you to have reviewed everything to negotiate, or no?
Well, I've worked pretty much through everything. I just need to do fine tuning. I can tell you the offer is going to be one that we're not likely to accept in the short term.
But why must we put that in the universe? I mean, let's cross that bridge when we come to it.
Right. I don't.
We don't even know if there's water on the bridge. We don't know if there's signs up saying low water crossing. We don't know anything yet.
That's true, Judge. So I'm certainly not going to pass up on any offer being made. I just have yet to receive one. And I know you have to leave here in 5 minutes. So if I can, 30 days is fine.
All right, Norma, on Ms. Diaz, can we have a 30-day reset, please?
And if you could place me with Ms. Diaz, please. And then I'm going to leave from there. Oh, I'll get Mr. Garcia to check in. I don't know.
All right, and your client will need to come back to the main room, Ms. Diaz. Norma, if I could have a 30-day reset.
I can do September 30th, Judge.
All right, we're going to come back on September 30th and state if you can provide an offer by September 30th, please.
Yes, I can probably send her one before then.
Okay.
I have Mr. Toshi's information.
All right, so Mr. Toshi, if you'll go to 6, and Ms. Diaz, I'm trying to find which breakout room you were in. If you'll go to number 6, please. Miguel Nahara.
Yes, Judge. Good morning. I've already conferred with David and a couple of people from CTD. On Miss Ray, we do have an agreement. I just finished speaking with her. I didn't know if you wanted to give us a short reset so we can get the paperwork done and
Are you
be
able
ready
to do the paper plea today? We're here from 9 to 5.
I have another hearing at 1 o'clock, Judge. That's my only issue.
Which court is that? I'm trying to see which
Well,
court is more important.
it's actually out of county court, Judge. So I'm not trying to pin you against anybody in Bear County.
What court is more important than Bear County?
None whatsoever, Judge. None whatsoever.
Let me ask you this. Are we able to recall this? Are you able to Zoom later this afternoon or no, not at all?
I might. It would probably have to be like around 3, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then, yeah, we can certainly do that, Judge.
Okay, thank you so much. And I'm not pushing. If it's undoable, just let me know.
We'll get it done, Judge. I have my client's email address, so that shouldn't be a problem.
All right, thank you. If you just let Norma know what the agreement is, and we'll make sure that your paperwork is done, and we'll take you up first.
Okay.
And
All right.
Miguel, if you can send me your email and your client's email, I'll get the paperwork ready.
Send it to Norma as well. And then I also have Mr. Miller,
Yes.
and I need to speak with him in a breakout room. Just let me send the emails on Miss Aneta out first.
And if Mr. Miller, I see him. Mr. Miller, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. And your attorney, when he's available, he's going to meet you in 3. All right, Miss Valentina Kogut.
Yes, Valentina is fine, Judge. I'm back to see whether or not my client joined the Zoom this morning.
All right, and what is your client's name?
Christina Montes.
No, she has not joined. Is there a prosecutor available to take this up, please?
Yes, Judge.
Let me find you. Court is calling 2021 CR 4522B, State of Texas versus Christina Montes. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Meredith McIntyre for the state.
For the defense?
Valentina Kogut for the defense.
This hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 11:44 a.m. The defendant has not appeared on the Zoom screen. Deputy Laura, has the defendant been in the courtroom at all today?
No, Your Honor, she has not.
Any objections from the state or the defense with us continuing this hearing by video?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Kogut, have you had any contact with your client?
The only contact I had with my client via email, the last time I spoke with her via email was Monday. Yesterday, I forwarded the Zoom invitation to her at 5:54 p.m. and I called and left a voicemail. Today, I called my client twice and I left a voicemail, no answer yet.
All right, state.
State asked the court to forfeit the bond and issue a warrant.
All right, that will be granted. If you have contact with your client and she presents herself either by Zoom or in person, the court will reconsider.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Judge, when you're ready, may I address the court on Victoria Maldonado?
Yes. I'm ready.
Judge, Meredith gave me an offer. I relayed that offer to Ms. Maldonado, and we'd like to know if we can have a plea deadline for her to consider that offer.
Okay. I believe your client has remained in the breakout room. Can you go to breakout room number 4 and have her come back to the main room, and I'll let her know.
Your Honor, this is Sunny. I'm back.
Yes.
We were needing a reset. The DA is going to go over the file. It's a different DA. So,
which case? What's your client's name?
Andrew Orozco.
Is your client on bond or in custody?
He's in custody, Your Honor.
All right, Norma on Orozco, could I have a 30-day reset, please? What are you waiting for on Mr. Orozco?
We just have a new, the DA's new, he wants to double check the videos. I had subpoenaed for some more evidence and I have not received it yet from.
All right, we're going to come back on November 30th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, not November 30th. Woo,
Well, I was
September
gonna say,
30th.
well, okay.
People like, yeah.
And if I can, if you put me in a breakout with my client, I'll explain why.
Mr. Orozco, I'd like to make sure that your attorney has all of the information that the states have so that she can represent you appropriately and that there are no surprises. So we're going to come back on September 30th to make sure that everyone has everything. If your attorney has something before that time and wants to come sooner, all she has to do is let the court know and we'll have you over sooner. Do you understand, Mr. Orozco?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Orozco, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your attorney. I'll send you to breakout room number 1.
You have a great day, okay, miss?
Oh, thank you so much. You have a great
God
day
bless.
too. Thank you. You can go to breakout room number 1. Is there any other attorney who is waiting?
Judge, I just would like to approach if I could.
Yes.
On Jesus Garza, which is a CTD case, Hunter, I knew that we were having we don't have all the discovery and he agrees he still needs to get a lot more discovery. We did have a plea bargain offer, but he withdrew it because he realized that he didn't have enough of the discovery to really make that offer. So Jesus, we're just waiting on that. So that needs to be reset. And then on Mr. Caldwell, we're still stuck.
Wait a minute. Let's
sorry.
take one at a time.
Sorry.
Is this your client, Jesus Garza?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So
There's
Hunter, on Jesus Garza, there's still some discovery that's outstanding.
Yes, Judge. I believe we need to look at some videos and we have quite a few officers we need to check against our disclosure list.
All right. So what I'm going to do, we'll recall this for, I believe Norma has been giving me the date of September 30th.
Okay.
So we'll recall it for September 30th.
Judge, we'll do the 23rd on that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that for discovery compliance, Judge?
I'm sorry?
Is that for discovery compliance?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
All right. So we will bring back Mr. Garza. We'll bring you back on September 23rd.
I know he's in there somewhere.
Oh, he's here. Norma,
Yeah.
can you let them know they can take back 14-0? That's Mr. Garza. And Mr. Garza, I want to make sure that your attorney has all the information and the state has all the information so that justice may be done. All right?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Garza, for your patience.
Mr.
Have a
Garza.
great rest of your day.
Thank you. You have a good day too.
All right. Thank you.
Judge, I'm back on Victoria Maldonado and she should be out of the breakout room.
I'm not finished yet. And Judge, I've got Mr.
Just 1
Cald.
second.
I'm sorry. So many people.
Yes. All right. So you have Caldwell.
He's in the courtroom, Judge. We're still in that holding pattern for a jury trial. We are absolutely never going to work out any kind of plea bargain that Mr. Caldwell will accept. And
All
so,
right. Let me send you to a breakout room so you can confer with Ms. Ferguson on a trial date.
okay, thank you.
And everyone, we're going to have to come back for that. Ms. Kramer, sorry to do that to you, but I have a meeting I'm supposed to be at. So I'm going to send you.
And that's fine. I'm happy to come back, but can you excuse Mr. Caldwell so he doesn't have to wait in the courtroom till 2 and I'll
No,
send him
no, no.
the
He'll
trial
need to
date?
come back because I need to put on the record what your agreement is for a jury trial date. So
Oh, all
whoever
right.
was with Mr. Garza, I'm sorry, Mr. Caldwell for a jury trial date, could you please go to a breakout room
was
with
Caitlin.
Suzanne Kramer? And if you all get it before, yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to get it in time, but we shall see.
Okay. Thank you. We'll give it the college try.
All right. Thank you. David Woodard on Maldonado.
Yes, Judge. I just need a plea deadline court setting.
All right. Let me find your client. I think she just left. All right. I'm going to give you a plea deadline date. Because I don't see her anywhere on the screen. I think she took your, hey, leave the room as leave the courtroom.
I saw her here and then she left because I saw her in the courtroom.
All right, I'm gonna give you a 30-day reset. And have you received all the discovery in all of these cases?
Judge, I believe I have. I believe everything has been on e-discovery.
What we're gonna do then is we're gonna recall this for 30 days. September 30th. Well, let me see. Norma, I need a 30-day reset. September 30th. September 30th. That's when we'll come back on Maldonado. All right, thank you. You're excused.
Okay, thanks, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you. Okay. Michael Sawyer, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, Your Honor. How are you? How are you this fine day?
Oh, I am doing great. It's a beautiful day, but I'm going to, we're taking our break today at 12 because I have to be in a meeting at 12, which
I just want to report in one of today's cases, today's docket. That would be Laurie Stelzig. And
Yes.
we filed a motion for continuance. She just started her new job at the Northeast Independent School District.
Okay,
They won't let her Zoom.
All right, Mr. Sawyer, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to leave and everybody's going to have to come back at 12:30.
Judge, 12:30 is fine. I'll be here.
I mean, I'm sorry, not 12:30, 2 o'clock. I was like, oh,
Judge,
2 o'clock, please.
2 o'clock is fine. I'll be back. No problem.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Judge.
Judge. See 2 o'clock.
I can put Mr. Sawyer and Richard Guerra in the breakout room, I believe.
All right, then, Hunter, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop live